This is a sample of the information provided as part of the flexible training resources available through hasup.com. Our training courses are designed to provide training participants with an understanding of food safety and quality system elements and also offer user-friendly assessment activities and competency checklists to complete the training cycle. Continuous improvement. Key definitions for continuous improvement. Continuous improvement, to raise the performance of an organization through an ongoing process of identifying and improving missions, goals, objectives and action strategies through activities that may include but not be limited to internal reviews, internal or external assessments, service user feedback, complaints and other service delivery issues. Key performance indicator or KPI, a quantitative or qualitative measure that enables the overall delivery of a service to be assessed against the goals or targets set by an entity in their strategic plan. A KPI is also commonly known as a KRA or Key Result Area. Continuous Improvement Development. When considering the development, documentation and implementation of continuous improvement within food safety and quality management systems, the following information should be considered to ensure effective outcomes. About continuous improvement. Continuous improvement steps. About management review. About management commitment. About internal auditing. About continuous improvement. Continuous improvement is all about developing and maintaining systems through which the business can always improve. The term continuous improvement refers to an ongoing need to improve the effectiveness of a management system. The effectiveness of any food safety or food quality system can be continually improved through the use of communications, management reviews, internal audits, corrective actions, system updates, and verification and validation activities. Continuous improvement is more of a philosophy than a process or system. It requires everyone in the food business, from senior management through to operational team members, to adopt a mindset of continuously looking for ways to improve processes and systems by making them efficient and effective. In most contemporary food businesses, continuous improvement usually takes the form of process improvement activities or projects. A process improvement activity or project is a planned and structured activity to improve a process so that one or more of its outcomes are replaced by a more efficient or effective outcome. Continuous improvement relies on the following attributes to ensure success in the intended scope and purpose of application: a commitment by all staff to continuous improvement of processes, products, courses and services. Input and involvement of all stakeholders in identifying and implementing quality improvements. Systematic use of qualitative and quantitative feedback as the basis for identifying and prioritizing improvement opportunities. The benefits of continuous improvement include market leadership through managing and applying a commitment to continually improving business performance, ability to ensure customer requirements are met, and customer expectations are exceeded through flexibility and quick reaction to customer demand, consistency in the business approach to improving operational capabilities, increased participation from people through training in the tools and methods of continual improvement, the ability to measure continuous improvement through the establishment of goals and targets, and through the acknowledgement of improvement activities. Continuous improvement steps. The logical sequence steps commonly applied within a continuous improvement activity include identification and definition of the continuous improvement activity scope and purpose, analysis of the current process or system, identification of the major sources of process or system variances or inefficiencies, developing solutions to the identified process or system variances or inefficiencies, implementing the chosen solutions, reviewing the outcomes of implementing the chosen solutions, locking the successful implemented solutions into place, activity summary and finalization. Ongoing reviews may also be applied as elements of standardized system review activities. If your food business supplies foodstuffs manufactured to a customer's specifications, it is important to consider any specific continuous improvement development requirements in relation to their items. Document. A document provides guidance and/or direction for performing work, making decisions, or rendering judgments which affect the safety or quality of the products or services that customers receive. Documented policies, procedures, Work instructions and schedules form the basis of any food safety and quality management system. The following documentation formats may be considered to ensure ongoing compliance with specified requirements for continuous improvement: continuous improvement policy, continuous improvement development procedures, continuous improvement implementation procedures and work instructions, continuous improvement monitoring procedures, continuous improvement corrective and preventative action procedures, continuous improvement verification schedule, continuous improvement verification procedures, continuous improvement validation schedule, continuous improvement validation procedures, continuous improvement training procedures. If your food business supplies foodstuffs manufactured to a customer's specifications, it is important to consider any specific continuous improvement documentation requirements in relation to their items. You may wish to visit the Continuous Improvement Template section of HACCP.com for examples of continuous improvement documentation, record and resource formats commonly applied within food safety and quality systems. Implementation. Implementation is the application of documented food safety and quality system elements into the actual business operation. The implementation of continuous improvement within any food business requires genuine commitment from senior management, staff and visitors to ensure the nominated goals of implementation are achievable on an ongoing basis. It is a step which requires significant planning and consideration of general and specific food business circumstances to ensure the outcomes of continuous improvement do not negatively impact upon the safety and quality of the food items dispatched from the business. Implementation of continuous improvement must include the clear definition of responsibilities and authorities for all levels of participation by senior management, staff and visitors to the site. When implementing continuous improvement within a food safety and quality system, you may wish to consider the following requirements prior to completion: communication and display of the continuous improvement policy, completion of verification and validation of continuous improvement development procedures, availability of continuous improvement implementation procedures and work instructions, availability of continuous improvement monitoring procedures and record templates where applicable, availability of continuous improvement corrective and preventative action procedures and record templates where applicable, availability of the continuous improvement verification schedule, availability of continuous improvement verification procedures, availability of the continuous improvement validation schedule, availability of continuous improvement validation procedures, completion of continuous improvement training procedures, completion of product design and development requirements related to continuous improvement, completion of process design and development requirements related to continuous improvement, completion of training for team members who have responsibilities and involvement within continuous improvement, completion of competency approval for team members who have responsibilities and involvement within continuous improvement. If your food business supplies foodstuffs manufactured to a customer's specifications, it is important to consider any specific continuous improvement implementation requirements in relation to their items. Need help with continuous improvement? Find an experienced food safety and quality consultant at HACCP.com. Monitoring. Monitoring is the act of reviewing and confirming measurable parameters of a defined process or product status. Monitoring requirements within food industry sectors are generally identified against limits of acceptability defined within HACCP plans, implementation procedures and work instructions. Monitoring usually includes some element of record keeping, which may be maintained manually or through digital systems. It is important to consider that advancements of technology have spawned many systems and processes which are self-monitored and/or self-adjusted when variances are identified, regardless of the system used. The goal of any monitoring activity is to provide sufficient evidence that any limit of acceptability has been met. Traditional continuous improvement monitoring requirements include manual recording and the application of corrective actions when the results of monitoring are found to be outside acceptable limits. Corrective actions should also generally be strongly linked to the monitoring process where applied to ensure full traceability of the applied actions. Common monitoring activities and record formats may be applicable to continuous improvement, Management Review Meeting Minutes. The format of Management Review Meeting Minutes commonly includes review date, review start and finish time, attendees, apologies, previous meeting outcomes and outstanding items, current meeting agenda, management review scope and purpose, standard updates, HACCP manual, policy objectives, production and process performance, product conformity, specifications, KPI review, customer complaints including trending for number and type of complaints, allergen management, preventative and corrective actions, internal and external audit review, product verification activities, food safety and quality system verification activities. If your food business supplies foodstuffs manufactured to a customer's specifications, it is important to consider any specific continuous improvement monitoring requirements in relation to their items. You may wish to visit the Continuous Improvement Template section of HACCP.com for examples of continuous improvement documentation, record and resource formats commonly applied within food safety and quality systems. Corrective action. Corrective action is mandatory action to be taken when a deviation to the quality system occurs, particularly in relation to a critical control point. Preventative action. At any step in the process where a hazard has been identified, preventive action must be put into place to prevent reoccurrence. Corrective action and preventative action is implemented to ensure that any identified non-conformance issues are documented, investigated and rectified within appropriate time frames. Corrective action is any action applied to regain control over a product, process, policy or procedure that has been identified as being non-conforming or outside nominated limits of acceptability. Preventative action is any action applied to prevent any identified non-conformance from reoccurring. The outcomes of corrective and preventative actions should result in regained process control after effective application. Specified corrective actions are commonly linked to the HACCP plans and to the food business certification process. Below are corrective action and preventative action examples which may be associated with continuous improvement related non-conformance. Review of the continuous improvement policy. Review of continuous improvement development procedures. Review of continuous improvement implementation procedures and work instructions. Review of continuous improvement monitoring procedures. Did you know that HACCP.com includes resources that allow you to create, manage and implement GFSI and HACCP-based food safety and quality programs? Improve your food safety and quality skills and knowledge? Train and develop your team to create better food safety and quality outcomes? Find suppliers and service providers to partner with your business? The information and training resources available through HACCP.com included a variety of formats, such as website content, MP4, MP4 and text, MP3, PDF and slideshow. Are you ready to take the next step in your food compliance journey? Visit HACCP.com today to create your profile and access the full versions of our food safety and quality information packages and much more.